Hello and welcome to what is the most chaotic engine swap in Gran Turismo 7. This is the Abarth 595 and this can be engine swapped with the engine from the 2020 Honda Civic. So what does that mean? It means that the vehicle produces fully upgraded 556 brake horsepower and comes to a weight of 537, and because this vehicle is so lightweight, so powerful, and just a very small vehicle, it means the car acts a fool. The car doesn't know what to do. The car pops wheelies, it goes on two wheels. The car is just absolutely insane, and today we're gonna see if we can try and find a tune that actually works and controls this little Abarth. So if you guys do go on to enjoy this video, well, hit that subscribe button. Now this is the settings that we already have in the vehicle. This was what was in the vehicle when I first jumped into it, and as you can see, the anti-roll bars are bang in the middle between hard and soft. So is the damping ratio, compression, as well as expansion. Now the body height adjustments for the suspension, we see that the car isn't completely slammed, so that is a bonus and should actually help out with the handling. So before we actually start attacking, let's see how bad the handling of this vehicle can actually be. And by doing that, well, we need to now change the suspension, because right now it's not the best, but it could be a lot worse. By softening the suspension, we're gonna make it even crazier and just see how far this vehicle can go. So now, by lowering the anti-roll bars, damping ratio, compression, as well as damping ratio, expansion to the lowest it can possibly be, well, the minute we start up an event, we are greeted by a wheelie and then the vehicle starts rolling. This is all before we are even in control of the vehicle. We are still under auto drive and the vehicle's already out of control. So starting off, keeping the suspension as low as possible is not a valid option, because as you can see, there is no way you are winning an event if you are upside down. And then maybe, okay, it's just a starting, try and take it around a corner and you're on your roof once again. But I mean, look, we just need to see what the vehicle was going to perform like if we put it on its lowest possible settings, and well, it went as expected. So after numerous laps of the vehicle doing wheelies, spinning out, going into walls, and just being incredibly difficult to handle, I think I finally managed to put together a tune that is somewhat controllable for the Abarth 595. For the body height adjustments, we have 18 in the front, 19 in the rear. I found this works best because if you slam it any lower, the vehicle has a lot more understeer and you already have enough problems to deal with. You do not need understeer added to that. Then the anti-roll bars, we set it to 8 because this was honestly like the sweet spot, because the vehicle has a lot of body roll. Now even with it being set completely maxed out to 10, the car still has a lot more body roll. But the car, if you try to make any slight adjustments when cornering, the vehicle snaps incredibly hard and you're bound to find yourself facing the wrong direction. So 8 is really the sweet spot, but for your driving style you might need to adjust that by either lowering it or actually increasing it. The damping ratio, compression, we set it to 35 in the front as well as the rear. This way the vehicle isn't directly in the middle, it is more towards the vehicle being on a stiffer side of things, and that's why it works perfect for the damping ratio, compression in the front as well as the rear. The same thing goes for damping ratio, expansion, having it being set at 45 in the front and 45 in the rear. Then we have the differential. This is very crucial. The initial torque needs to be 5, the acceleration sensitivity 5, as well as the braking sensitivity. These have to be set to 5, otherwise the car is just gonna accelerate to whatever. It's just gonna be too sensitive, so you need to just decrease it. And I found this actually makes the vehicle a lot easier to handle. So with these settings, you can somehow try to experience how the full capability of the bot actually is. So as I said, it does a wheelie regardless of what you set it at. Then when it comes to cornering, if you have no traction control on, well, the car does slide out. Now it's just a bad example that I have to show you first time that the vehicle actually just slid off circuit. Now I want to show you that even if you come to a dead stop, the vehicle will not wheelie. I don't know why it's just with auto drive that the car decides, you know what, I'm gonna pick the front wheels up in the air. But the acceleration on the bot is absolutely rapid. 500 plus brake horsepower in this extremely light vehicle is so much power, and you get going immediately. Now the biggest problem is wheel spin. If you have traction control off, best believe those racing soft tires are going to be lit up and you're going to leave a trail of smoke behind you. Now the car does have a lot of oversteer, which is something you really need to take note of. Otherwise you will end up in a barrier. It's not the safest thing to be behind the wheel of, and it is not easy to drive. However, this car will leave you with a smile on your face. Yes, I'm not demonstrating the best to my ability to show you that how good the bot actually is. There are a lot of classic events that this vehicle can actually participate in, and it dominates. With it having wheel spin, doing wheelies, spinning out, the lead that you have over your competition is just, it's absolutely broken. This car shouldn't be in those type of events because it's so fast. The minute you get on the straightaway, you're leaving your opponents seconds behind. The car is extremely just all over the place, and I really wouldn't recommend it for racing. It's more of a meme build. It's more of to just play around with, have a laugh. If you're feeling some sort of way, say you just did a very intense race in sports mode and you are feeling a bit upset and you're not really happy, jump in this vehicle and you are going to be left with a smile on your face. The car is just so enjoyable. It's so tricky to drive. So when you actually land and physically are able to get this vehicle to behave the way you want it to and get it to listen to what you are telling it to do, it is one of the most rewarding feelings in Gran Turismo 7. It gives almost the same sense of joy as if you've been struggling with a license test and you finally got that gold. Well, this gives off that same rush of, oh, finally, yes, I've conquered this thing. And the bot has that feeling because this car is absolutely crazy. It's bonkers, and honestly, it's just chaos. It's chaos, but in a good way. I love the little bot. Now, it used to be a lot easier to drive back in the day, but then with the few updates that happened to Gran Turismo 7, it's like the car lost its way. With the wide body, with the wheels being set to a wide offset, everything, the car just is so all over the place. When you actually are able to get the vehicle to handle the right way, this little bot is absolutely lethal. It is so fast, but it just takes so much time and so much practice to actually get this vehicle to handle properly. So with all this being said, if you guys did go on to enjoy this video, thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.